Well, it's a question that seems to be baffling many homeowners in our area. Why is the water brown? And the common answer they've gotten is that it's manganese and that it's safe. But tonight, Ashley Rodriguez looks deeper into where it's coming from, why it's showing up in some places and not others.
For the past year, Daniel and Taylor Munn's mornings have started as a mystery.
I mean, sometimes the water comes out brown like coffee. Sometimes it's a light brown. So
sometimes it's perfectly clear. It's just the strangest thing.
The couple lives in the Pine Creek subdivision in the Madisonville area, but residents from more than a dozen neighborhoods near the St. Tammany Tangipahoa Parish line have sent Eyewitness News pictures and videos like this. Some say they've struggled with brown water for years. Others say it all started much more recently.
It's frustrating. Like I said, we used to live 200 yards away for years and never had any problems, and now it seems like it's a recurring problem for years, and it's just kind of scary not knowing what you're putting in your body and what you're bathing in.
Why is the water brown? What's causing this? Is it safe to drink?
We brought all of those questions to the State Department of Health's lead engineer in the New Orleans area.
It's in the ground, it's in the aquifers, in the soil where the water is being drawn from.
And it is manganese, a naturally occurring element found in the air, soil, and water. Because the EPA does not consider manganese to pose a health risk, water systems are not required to get rid of it. But with a majority of North Shore residents getting their water from under the ground, why are some having the problem and others not?
You will have, depending on what aquifer they're drawn from, they will have a unique set of circumstances they have to deal with.
Here's a rendering of what this system of aquifers looks like, described as a series of underground rivers ranging from 200 feet below surface to as much as 3,000 feet down. Some sit between layers of clay, others between sand. There are thousands of wells in the area's aquifers.
So depending on which one they're drawn from, it's going to have a particular characteristic. Manganese, it can have iron, it can have hydrogen sulfide, and if you were to pick another aquifer at a different level, you could have completely different characteristics.
A fact sheet by the U.S. Geological Survey and the state DOTD says some aquifers in this area may contain iron or manganese concentrations that exceed the EPA's secondary maximum contaminant levels. Because of that, some water systems like Tammany Utilities flush pipes starting at the well every 3 months. Others, like Tangipahoa Water District, spent more than $1 million to put an industrial filter on their Beatico area well. But another question is why some residents are only starting to see the problem now. Over
decades, that manganese is building up in the distribution system, and it's depositing scale on the in pipes and on the bottom. And it gets to the point where they can't touch their distribution system without disturbing it. And once they disturb it, it shows up at the customer. So the two go hand in hand. It's at the well and it's in the distribution system. You can have one without the other, or you can have both. And so it really is incumbent on the system to evaluate both and figure out what they have to do to, get it to where they need it to be.
But residents have options to control their brown water issues too. Aside from getting a whole home filtration system, which some people have done, it's advised to run your cold water lines once every 3 months. If you're finding brown water in your hot water lines, you should also be cleaning out your hot water tank. Now, when it comes to rooms that are infrequently used, like guest bathrooms, you should be flushing those lines once a week. When you go on vacation, when you come home, you should flush all the lines. And if you find brown water at any time, it's advised to reach out to your service provider directly and immediately before going to social media. For many residents, they say knowing about their water source quirks helps, but they still expect to get clean, safe water.
I want to see it fixed. I want to be able to go to sleep knowing that when I wake up to take care of my kids, that I'm not going to put them in dirty water or unhealthy water.
Many say the days of sitting silently waiting for that to happen are coming to an end. Ashley Rodriguez, Eyewitness News.
Last legislative session, lawmakers passed a bill requiring the Department of Health to start evaluating each water system across the state and then present its findings to the legislature. A new bill has been filed for this session, calling for water companies to provide quality status reports on their systems and repair plans for those issues.